Managing your first OnlyFans model can be very stressful and you probably have absolutely no idea what you're doing. So I'm gonna try to share my story, my experience, my mistakes, and my lessons that I did when managing my first OnlyFans model so you could hopefully not make these mistakes and learn from it. So let's get right into it. This was over a year ago at this point, and we, of course, learned a lot from there. I'm a much wiser man at this point, but I want to talk about what was our thought process and what we did. So, we got into the OFM business, of course, not knowing absolutely anything about it. We watched other OFM YouTubers and listened to their methods and what we should do. We made a website, we made, and I mean an agency website. We made an agency Instagram, all of that good stuff. Of course, we pumped it out with a ton of fake results. Hey, yeah, we made 50,000 last month here. We made 50,000 here, 100K there. Uh, a ton of fake results we found of Google or other Telegram OnlyFans groups. So, a ton of fake results. You shouldn't do this, by the way. I'm probably going to expand on this a bit later, but you shouldn't do this. What you should do is you should get results first, get a proven method, get something that works, and then when you have a proven method, then you should go get a model, but not the other way around. Way too many people focus on getting the model first and not you don't do. Okay, yeah, perfect. Let me explain to you what people do. They first focus all of their attention, like over a month. Sometimes it even takes them 2 or 3 months. They get a model, and by the way, then they get desperate. Yeah, yeah. They get desperate, then they go buy a model off a marketplace, they get scammed, and then they complain in groups how they get scammed and OFM is terrible. That's pretty much the life cycle of an average OFM enjoyer. But, anyways, what was I talking about? So, you should first get results, get a proven method. People get the model, then when they get the model, they start focusing on traffic. You shouldn't do that. It should be the other way around. You first get the traffic, you first get the proven method, you first get the results, then you get the model. So it's the other way around, remember that. Anyways, we spent over a month getting our model. We were, is it OnlyFinder? I think it's called OnlyFinder. I haven't used it in a long time now, but we would go to OnlyFinder, find models, find their Instagrams, outreach from Instagram, even go to their OF and message them there, hey, we want to work with you. We're an agency. We make this much money, blah, blah, blah. We can make you so much. Just a ton of over promising. You shouldn't do that. Of course, we didn't know at the time. We just thought, hey, OFM looks cool. Let's get into it. And we had absolutely no clue what business we were getting into. We were actually getting into the traffic business. So OnlyFans depends. The business it is depends on where you are currently, right? And what I mean by that is when you're getting your model, you're in the recruiting business. When you have your model, then you're in the traffic and sales business. You're building an audience, you're building traffic. And then you're selling them traffic and sales. Then you're selling them your OnlyFans pay-per-view messages, stuff like that, subscription, all that good stuff. And when you're getting chatters, then you're again in the recruiting business, in the management business. You have to manage all of the systems that they work fine. The chatters are working as they should, all of that good stuff. So we had no clue what we were getting into. We were like, well, OnlyFans seems to be blowing up. It's probably a good business to get into. And of course, we didn't know what we were getting into, so we made a ton of mistakes. That's why I'm making this video. And so after we signed our first model, of course, we went on a call with her. We promised, yeah, we can make you so much money. Let's do this, let's do that. We told her what was expected of her, like we needed videos for our TikTok and Instagram. Like, let's say she should send us like 9 videos so we can upload 3 videos per day on TikTok, stuff like that. But anyways, I want to talk about the lessons that we learned. So we tried everything, and this is a terrible thing. I'm going to expand on this. We tried tube sites, Reddit, dating apps, TikTok, Instagram. The tube sites, like we would get over 400K views. It wouldn't convert like to 2 subs, maybe 2 subs. It usually wouldn't even be 1. Tube sites are pretty bad. Reddit is also like some people can make Reddit work. when they have subreddits, they know how it works and everything. But the ceiling to get into it is pretty high because it's mostly freeloaders. Let's be real, Tubes and Reddit. Come on, they're all freeloaders. They all want free stuff. We would do Reddit. They would reach out to us. Hey, baby, can we go on a call, please? We tell them, okay, pay me this much. They never respond again. But baby, I want it for free. Terrible stuff, you know. And then we did dating apps, you know, the typical proxies. We would put ourselves in a military base where horny men are. Of course, we would spoof our location to be in the military base. Then you start swiping. That would do okay. Not the best, it would do okay. But what really did it for us was TikTok and Instagram. That was the main thing to focus on. And I would suggest everyone to do that because it allows you to build a network of accounts. And we did okay there. Like, so everything performed okay. TikTok and Instagram was the best. Dating apps were okay. And Tubes and Reddit did pretty terrible because they're all freeloaders. And so I want to talk about the lesson that we learned, and that is the trap of trying everything. Nothing works, but everything works, right? I don't recommend you trying everything. I don't recommend you going into Tubes, Reddit, dating apps, everything. I want to advise you on focusing on one thing and becoming the best at it. Making it work, making sure you master that method. Because what I'm a big preacher of, like, it's the same with OnlyFans guys that start their channel and then they want to sell you, oh, get rich in OFM course. That's how most people do it. I'm heavily against that because I'm a big proponent and believer in first do, then talk about what you did. First do something, first get results, first get a proven method, then talk about what you did. The same principle is applied to our Tick Fusion repurpose bot and our TikTok guide. The same principle. So what we offer you with the TikTok guide, for example, is we created over 1,500 TikTok accounts, uploaded tens of thousands of videos. We still actively create over 5 accounts per day, 3 to 5. It's usually more than 5, but it's pretty much 3 to 5 accounts per day. And so we can offer you a very unique example. We can offer you over 20 months, over a year and a half of experience on TikTok. And that's very valuable to people. We can offer you everything we learned, all of the lessons we learned. We save you time. Hey, here's what we did. That's exactly why people buy it. The same with our repurpose bot. We tested a dozen different versions of the software until we got one that works. We used it to grow our accounts, and then we started selling it because it was doing great for us, so it can do great for it can work great for other people too. So I'm a big proponent in first do, then talk about what you did, because you save people a lot of time. People are ready to pay. Hey, for example, I have X amount of knowledge, a year and a half of knowledge in TikTok. And I'm gonna give you all of the lessons that I learned and all of the step-by-step methods I use to grow my accounts. People will pay for that. So it works the same with, if you come to a model with an offer, hey, I can do X thing for you. I have 1 million followers across 10 Instagram accounts, and I can send all of that traffic to you. Pretty much every model with a brain will accept an offer that's so good. So that's why I said at the start of the video, first, it should be the other way around. People get a model, then they get traffic. No, make it the other way around. First you get traffic, then you get the model. You show the model, you come to her and present an offer. Hey, let's say you're making $1,000 to $2,000 a month. You approach the model and say, hey, we're gonna create another OnlyFans account, and we're gonna send all of the traffic that I'm gonna bring into that OnlyFans account. And then when I show you how much I can do for you, we're gonna split like 50-50 after marketing expenses, whatever you wanna do. And so another mistake we made was we were looking for more models because we thought we needed 10. Every OnlyFans YouTuber at the time was like, yeah, I have 30 models. You need more. I worked with over 100 models at this point. No, you shouldn't scale horizontally like that. You should scale vertically. You should work with 1, 2 models, 3. Master them. The same with, you shouldn't do 10 methods. You should only make 1 or 2 work. You should also apply that same principle to models. Make 1 or 2 models work. Don't do 20 of them. There's no point. Because I'm gonna tell you exactly how you end up. So our results were, we did okay as an agency. We got our models. I actually skipped one step. We signed 2 more models. So we signed 2 more models after our first one because we were constantly looking for new models instead of actually bringing more traffic to our models. And so we managed to bring a couple of thousands of dollars to each model, but the problem was we were over-promising. We promised them tens of thousands of dollars, and we couldn't keep up with that, right? So the mistake we made was we were trying to get more models instead of actually bringing more traffic and focusing on more traffic, building her brand and building her name up. We were just like, we need 10 more models. And so we did okay as an agency, but since they expected tens of thousands of dollars because we advertised ourselves with fake results, then they left us. In pretty much a span of 7 to 10 days, over a span of a week, pretty much all our 3 models left us. And so we learned a very important lesson. And what we learned was we need traffic. We need traffic. Don't get a model and then traffic. No, build something that works. Get results first, get a proven method, then you get a model, right? And so understand what business OFM is. As I said before, it changes depending on your current state. It's recruiting when you're getting a model, traffic and sales when you're getting the traffic for your model, and then it's recruiting and management when you're getting chatters. And so you should switch the two, recruiting and traffic. Switch the two, get traffic first, then approach your model. Hey, this is what I can do for you. That's how you actually get the model, not with fake results. And so you have to build a brand. Build a brand for your model. Don't try to sign 20 more. No, build the brand of your 1 model and hold the traffic you bring in. The reason we were back at step 1 is because we didn't have a way of holding the traffic. We were building every single model individually. And then what happens is when they leave, you're back at step 1. We didn't have, and it's a business at the end of the day. It's a business. And businesses can't work with such risk. You have to have a system, a stable system in place. And what I mean by that is you should have, for example, a network of 100K, 500K, 1 million followers on Instagram, TikTok, whatever, wherever you want to. You can do an email list. I don't care. You just have to have a way to hold your traffic. So when you sign a model, you can send that traffic to her. And let's say, for example, if your model leaves you, you didn't get along well, you still have that traffic. And the next month when you sign the new model, you can start making money immediately, and a lot of it, because you have a lot of men ready to pay for OnlyFans. So build traffic and have focus. Don't have no shiny object syndrome. If you see somebody in an OnlyFans group saying, yeah, I make 20K with Reddit, then one guy does dating apps, stop trying everything. Focus on one thing. Do me that favor. Focus on one thing. Become the best at something. Become irreplaceable. Hey, I can do this thing for you so good, nobody else can come close. I have the best network of Instagram accounts. I have so much traffic. Become the best. And again, as I said before, instead of bringing more traffic, we try to get more models, which is a mistake. Build traffic, then you get the model. And what I want to tell you is also document your mistakes. The reason we can make this video right now is because we documented these mistakes. We documented our thoughts. We documented our thoughts at that time. So then you can take a look at how you thought before, take a look at what mistakes you made, and then you can adapt. That allows you to adapt and learn, because you don't want to make the same mistake twice. It's very dangerous to not learn a lesson, and exactly what I typed out here. Be careful to not document the wrong lesson. It's very important. So let me give you an example. If you had a bad chatter experience, so you hired a chatter and the chatter got your OF banned, for example. It's very dangerous. It is very dangerous to say, hey, this chatter is an idiot. He did terrible. All chatters are terrible. Yeah, I'm just going to do it myself. I can't believe this. No, it's a you problem. It's not a chatter problem. It's a you problem, because you didn't understand what business you were in. You tried to hire a chatter for $5 an hour because you tried to cheap out. You didn't understand what business you're in, and you were in the recruiting and management business, and you weren't aware of that, and you paid the price. Take responsibility. Learn the right lesson. The right lesson was, hey, I am incompetent and I made a mistake. I should have trained the chatter better. Not hire a $5 chatter and then be surprised when he does terrible. Document your mistakes and learn the right lesson. And so it makes it really easy to win when you only have one thing to do. Because when you wake up and you define your goal as, hey, I want to build a network of IG accounts, for example. You wake up and think, how do I achieve that? It's a much bigger stress when you have to do 5 things at once. And then all of them will fail. It makes it much easier to win and succeed in one thing when you only do that one thing. I hope this helps.